the cost to acquire a home now in terms of a deposit compared to 25 years ago. I've heard your argument is suggesting, yes, it's harder, but actually relatively it all makes sense. However, it's like, it is significantly takes a lot longer to get a deposit.
They're using median price property in a city as their metric that they track. How many suburbs are in the median of Sydney? Fuck if I know. Like, I think Sydney goes to like Cronulla, it's out to Penrith. Like, they're using the same metric that they've used for however long. Median price in Brisbane, median price in Sydney, median price in Melbourne. And it's like, I think it's a data point that doesn't really reflect how it should be looked at. Sydney 100 years ago is not the same Sydney as today. Sydney 100 years ago probably had half the population. Suburbs like we're in right now weren't as competitive. People didn't want to live, as close. There wasn't as many people. So now to include this same suburb, which is an affluent suburb, which is what happens as locations gentrify and the populations get larger, is not an accurate representation. And that's why I said, like, when you're born in the US, you don't go, oh, fuck, the median price of a property in New York is $10 million. I can't afford to buy there. Well, of course you can't, because it's New York. If you are born into a location, you buy where you can afford. And as you get older as a nation, unfortunately, what history shows us is the wealth gap gets larger. Like, so you either get with that or you don't get with that. But we keep tracking the same city that, of course, is like one of the wealthiest cities in the world. It's just not accurate to say that, oh, we can't afford to buy in Sydney, so it's expensive. Of course it's expensive. Sydney. But you can afford to buy in lots of other locations around the country that are less expensive and are more relative to maybe 20 years ago, but it's just not the same location. So people just need to keep up with the times as opposed to tracking the same number that their parents tracked fucking 40 years ago and going, oh, that's upsetting.